Chapter 9.4 Complex Fractions. Okay, actually, complex fraction is a fraction that has that has the fractions in either numerator and denominator. So, for example, okay, a over b is a fraction, but here's the main fraction bar, and a has the numerator can be another fraction, can have another fraction like 2 over 3. The denominator can be 3 over 4. Or anything. So the numerator, here's a fraction bar, and the numerator is one fraction, 4/5. So the denominator is just a number, like this. This is a complex fraction. Or even x plus 1 over 2 is in the numerator plus 4. The denominator is, it can be another fraction. You can have, the denominator can have another fraction, like 5 over 4, or xy over 2x, something like this. So these are all called complex fractions. So when you have a complex fraction, we need to simplify. So simplify means we have to rewrite the fraction, complex fraction, into one single fraction. So the numerator should be one expression and denominator should be one expression. Should not contain, either the numerator or denominator should not contain a fraction. So that is the simplified fraction. So let's try an example. Okay, here is, let's simplify this complex fraction. The numerator is 1 minus 4 over x squared, and the denominator is 1 plus 2 over x. So as you see this, the numerator contains a fraction, and also the denominator contains a fraction. Then how do we simplify this? Okay, one of the method is, the shortcut method. It's really simple. Okay, for each fraction, we have there is a denominator, and find the LCD. Okay, the first step is find the LCD. So that find the LCM of all the denominators. So we have x squared is a denominator, x is a denominator, and 1 has the denominator 1, so it wouldn't matter. So the LCD, find the LCD, then that LCD in this case will be x squared. And then the second step is multiply the numerator and the denominator. Multiply the numerator and the denominator by the LCD. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to multiply the whole numerator by the LCD, which is x squared, and whole denominator by the LCD, which is this one. And then let's see what happens. All right. So when you multiply the whole numerator by the LCD, we have to distribute. So the numerator will be x squared minus x squared times 4 over x squared. And distribute, right? Distribute. So the denominator is x squared plus x squared times 2 over x. Okay, why do we multiply the whole numerator and denominator by the LCD? We have a fraction a over b. Is it okay I multiply the numerator and the denominator by some number c? So this one is still okay, because once you've simplify the right side, it becomes a over b. So once you multiply the denominator by c, then also the numerator by c is still same. Okay, so from this, let's simplify each part. The numerator x squared and x squared, we can cancel out this x squared, so we have this, and the denominator is x squared plus, from the second term, 1x cancel out, so we have 2x. Then once you simplify the numerator, is the difference of squares, so it will be x plus 2, x minus 2. And the factor of the denominator, x, so x plus 2. And then we can cancel out x plus 2, so that the numerator is x minus 2 and the denominator is x. So this is the simplified fraction. Okay, let's simplify this complex fraction. Okay, there are 4 fractions, so let's find LCD. Okay, the LCD is the product of all the factors in the denominator that has the largest exponent. So the LCD will be 4x squared. Okay, LCD is 4x squared. So why don't we multiply the whole numerator and the denominator? So the numerator is this one, and denominator is this. So why don't we multiply the whole numerator and the whole denominator by the LCD, which is 4x squared. 4x squared. Okay, then use the distribution property. So that the numerator is 4x squared times 1 over x plus 4x squared times 1 over 2, and the denominator is 4x squared times 1 over x squared minus 4x squared times 1/4. Okay, then simplify each numerator and denominator. So from the numerator we can cancel out 1x from each numerator and denominator. The first part is, so the first term will be 4x plus the second term is, you can divide by 2, reduce by 2, then 2x squared. Okay, from the denominator, x squared cancel out, so 4x minus 4 cancel out x squared. Then from this, we can factor the numerator. So factor out 2x, then 2 plus x. The bottom is factor out x, then 4 minus x. Did I do something wrong? Okay, let me double check on this one. Okay, there's a mistake. Okay, from this part, okay, 4x, okay, from this one, this is not right. This should be 4. Because x squared cancel out, so we have only 4, right? 4. And then minus 4 cancel out, so x squared. So this is difference of squares, isn't it? 4 minus x squared is difference of squares. So this is 2 plus x, 2 minus x. So finally, we can cancel out 2 plus x. So the numerator is 2x, and the denominator is 2 minus x. Okay, letter B. Okay, simplify the complex fraction. Okay, in this case, there are 6 terms altogether, and let's find LCD. Okay, LCD is, okay, all the denominators factor x, then x squared is the largest one. So why don't we multiply whole numerator and the whole denominator by the LCD, x squared. So let's multiply the whole numerator by the LCD, x squared, whole denominator by the LCD, x squared. Then use the distribution property. So we have x squared minus x squared times 2 over x minus x squared times 15 over x squared. Then x squared minus x squared times 11 over x plus x squared times 30 over x squared. All right. And then simplify each numerator and the denominator. So the numerator x squared, and then x cancel, 1x cancel out, so we have minus 2x left, and then x squared cancel out, so 15. From the denominator, x squared, okay, 1x cancel out, so 11x, x squared cancel out, so we have 30. And from this one, okay, let's factor each numerator and the denominator if it's factorable. Okay, let's check the numerator. X times x, 15 is 3 times 5, 15, and the minus sign goes on 5. So cross multiply is negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. So this is equal to x plus 3, x minus 5. And the denominator is x times x. 30 is 5 times 6, 30, and the minus sign on both sides. So negative 5 times negative 6 is positive 30. The sum is negative 11. So this is the denominator is the product of x minus 5 and x minus 6. So since x minus 5 cancel out, the numerator is x plus 3 over the denominator is x minus 6. Okay, for problem number 1, A and B, please try this on your own. So pause and try, and let's check. Okay, so what is the LCD? Okay, there are fractions. There are 4 fractions, and denominators are 3x, 9, and x squared. So the LCD is 9x squared. So what we do is we will multiply the whole numerator and the whole denominator by the LCD, which is 9x squared. So let's simplify this. Distribute, then once you distribute this, then what is it? So 9 over 3. Okay, let me write it again. It's better to write it again. 1 over 3 minus 9x squared times 1 over x over 9x squared times 1 over 9 minus 9x squared times 1 over x squared. So this is equal to, the first term in the numerator, 3 cancel out, so 3x squared minus 1x out, cancel out 1x, so 9x over the first term in the denominator, cancel out 9, so we have x squared minus x squared cancel out, so we have 9. So we have removed all the denominators from this fraction, and then let's simplify this fraction. So factor the numerator, so factor out 3x, then x minus 3. From the bottom, the denominator is the difference of squares. So there will be x plus 3, x minus 3. Okay, do you remember? Okay, this is x squared minus 3 squared. So it becomes like this. What we used is a squared minus b squared. This is called difference of squares. Then the factoring, when you factor this, it will be a plus b times a minus b. Alright, then from this, x minus 3 is a common factor, so that we can cancel out, so that the numerator is 3x and the denominator is x plus 3. Okay, let's try example B. Okay, did you try number B, letter B? Okay, then let's find the answer. Alright, well, so there are six fractions, and the LCD is x squared. So why don't we multiply the whole numerator and the whole denominator by the LCD, which is x squared. Multiply. So we have to distribute each part. Then the first one will be x squared plus multiply x squared. The second term by x squared, and the third term by x squared. Even the denominator distribute, so x squared plus x squared times 10 over x squared times 21 over x squared. And then simplify each term. So the numerator is x squared plus 1x cancel out, so 4x, x squared cancel out, we have 3. The denominator x squared plus 1x cancel out, so 10x. The third term will be 21. And let's factor its numerator and the denominator. So this is x times x, 3 times 1, so the sum is 4. So the numerator is x plus 3 times x plus 1. And the denominator, x times x, 21 is 3 times 7. The sum is 10. So the denominator is x plus 3, x plus 7. So finally, we can cancel out x plus 3 so that the numerator is x plus 1 and the denominator is x plus 7. Done. Okay, this time let's try exercise number 48. Okay, to do this one, okay, do you remember the formula? If an exponent is negative, then you can move this exponent, you move this expressed to the denominator, then the exponent of the denominator is positive. So you can change the negative exponent to positive by moving the exponent to either numerator or denominator. So actually this is equal to a to the negative nth power over 1. So we can move the numerator to the denominator so that the exponent of the numerator becomes positive. So why don't we rewrite this complex fraction? So the a to the negative 1 power will be 1 over a. Okay, so here, a to negative 1 becomes what? 1 over a to the 1th power. So that is equal to 1 over a. All right, then b to the negative 1 power is 1 over b divided by 1 over a squared minus 1 over b squared. So we just change the negative exponent to positive exponent by moving the exponential form into the denominator. So from this one, the LCD, what is LCD? LCD is the product of a squared and b squared. So that's the LCD. So why don't we multiply the whole numerator and the whole denominator by the LCD? 1 over a squared minus 1 over b squared. So let's multiply the whole numerator and the denominator by a squared b squared. A squared b squared. Then this is equal to a squared b squared times 1 over a minus a squared b squared times 1 over b, a squared times b squared times 1 over a squared minus a squared b squared times 1 over b squared. All right, let's keep going. Then we can cancel out 1a from the first term. So we have a b squared minus, from the second term in the numerator, we can cancel out 1b. So a squared b over the denominator. The first term is, we can cancel out a squared. So we have b squared minus the second term in the denominator, cancel out b squared, so a squared. So from here, so we removed all the denominators. So what we have is positive exponent with one fraction. So then from the numerator, we can factor out ab. The common factor is ab, isn't it? ab. So factor out ab. Then b minus a is the binomial factor. And the denominator is b plus a, b minus a. Remember the difference of squares? So the denominator is b plus a and b minus a. So as you see this one, we can cancel out b minus a. So what we have is ab over b plus a. Done. Okay, similarly, let's try example exercise number 50. Okay, why don't you try this one first now? Okay, are you done? Okay, let's try this together. All right, so first of all, we have to make the negative exponent to positive. So this will become 1 over x squared. And the second term will be 1 over y squared. Over the denominator is a product. It's a product. So why don't we move x squared to the denominator, it will be x squared. And then y squared also goes to the denominator, so y squared. Like this. Then from this, the LCD. What is the LCD? Okay, LCD is x squared times y squared. So that's the LCD. So why don't we multiply the whole numerator and the whole denominator? The denominator is x squared y squared by the LCD. So LCD is x squared y squared. X squared y squared. Then this will be equal to x squared y squared times 1 over x squared minus x squared y squared times 1 over y squared over the numerator x squared y squared times 1 over x squared y squared. Alright, then this is equal to, the first term in the numerator, we can cancel out x squared, so we have x squared y squared only, and the minus. The second term, we can cancel out y squared, so we have only x squared. The bottom, x squared and x squared cancel out, just 1. So what we have is y squared minus x squared, that's it. Or you can write, this is difference of squares, so you can write it as y plus x, y minus x. Okay, done.